is am I saying yes to the mom-in-law dress?
Like in the midst of wedding planning, it kind of becomes a waste of time. It might be a little bit mean to say, but thanks for tuning in to Honey Hearts. I'm Sandra.
And I'm V.
Let's get into today's story.
Ooh.
So V, I just got married and I'm back from my honeymoon.
You hear that, guys?
We love reading Reddit stories about weddings and what other OPs are going through amidst all their wedding planning, whether it's venue hunting or cake tasting or dress shopping. We love to hear it.
Oh, definitely.
But what do you do when you get special requests from loved ones in the middle of your planning and they want to be part of it all? How do you fit all that in? Today's OP is wondering if she is the a-hole for not taking her mother-in-law dress shopping.
I smell controversy.
Let's get into it. Today's story is from subreddit Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for telling my mother-in-law that I won't take her dress shopping for my wedding? I, 22 female, am marrying my high school sweetheart of 7 years, 23 male, and I am trying to get all my wedding stuff in order. My mother-in-law has just recently went through a divorce and then a messy relationship right after, and we are just finishing up a will contest from her mom passing away as well. These last few years have been rough on her, and so we are always trying to be supportive, and we see her at least once a week. She has become somewhat overbearing and even told my fiance not to take a new job offer because it would mean we would have to move a little further from her. We are trying to understand her being emotional and upset at this time though. She came along with me to find and pick out my wedding dress, and she even offered to pay for it, which was unexpected, and I am grateful. However, when I told her what color I would like for her to wear for my wedding and pointed her in the direction of online wedding shops, the ones that my mom has been using, she says that if she shops online that it won't be the experience she was expecting for her. She mentions that she saw that my wedding dress shop sells mother of the bride dresses, and she wants me to take her up there without my mom and spend the day shopping for her a dress so she can get her experience. Also, the bridal shop in question is a 3-hour drive from us, and it has short hours, so I would have to take off work to go during their appointment hours. I mentioned that we could go to a closer town to us and that we could invite my mom and make a day of it. She starts to visibly get upset and says that that is not what she wanted or expected, and that she is set on my bridal shop. I told her I would not take off work to go do that, and that if we went dress shopping, I would want my mom to come. She started to cry and explained that everyone that loved her has stopped loving her or has died, and that she is all alone now. She also made some backhanded comment about none of her kids loving her, and she might as well not be a mother. I didn't mean to upset her, and I feel guilty that she paid for my dress. Am I the a-hole for telling her no?
I don't even know where to start.
It sounds like mother-in-law wants to be treated to a day of dress shopping, just her and OP.
Okay, maybe I'm not familiar with this, but is it some sort of... And now I'm assuming this is probably an American, like, Reddit post. I'm assuming based on the attitude and the whole wedding conversation. But is it typically a thing where the mother-in-law of the bride is given some sort of dress shopping day experience? Is that normal? I haven't heard that.
I don't think typically it is expected. I only took my mom dress shopping for our wedding, and for my husband's mom, she just picked out a dress on her own. So I don't think it is expected, and I don't think you would consider it to be normal for the bride to take the mother-in-law dress shopping unless it was already previously agreed upon or planned. Like, hey, let's go dress shopping together. But I agree that OP should take her mom along as well if she's taking mother-in-law shopping.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't know why it's such a big deal that she wants to take her mom. I mean, the fact that OP, the bride, is willing to drive that, 3 hours, she said, to this far off shop, have that experience because mom-in-law clearly is really vocal about it. I honestly, I think it would be a nice compromise if mother-in-law just said yes to that. It feels almost like she wants a day just for her, and somehow inviting OP's mom would somehow lessen that.
I think maybe it sounds like mother-in-law is going through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe she just wants something to celebrate her. But this is not the event.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I I don't know. I think there's so many boundaries being crossed though. Because on one end, if it was something that OP brought up herself, like, oh, I want to have an experience with you, mom-in-law, that makes sense. That's completely fine. But I'm a proponent of the fact that your wedding should be mostly, nearly 100% about the bride and groom.
Right.
And anything else should come, second to that. And I feel like this is a little bit of an outrageous request, especially, she's not willing to compromise on any aspect of it, it seems.
Yeah, whether or not it's like a closer location or can I at least bring my mom if I'm going to take off work. But like what would you do if like you're in the middle of wedding planning and like loved ones like whether it's mother-in-law or sister-in-law or someone else they're just like adding additional requests. Like how do you put that together and make everyone happy?
Yeah. And I think that really does add to stress for the bride. And what's even more bizarre to me is, okay, what is this experience that mom-in-law seems to want here? Am I saying yes to the mom-in-law dress?
Oh yeah, that's true.
What exactly is that experience? Look, are you not also still kind of visually be looking at dresses on a rack, probably trying a few, and then you pick one you like? But it's not like the shop is going to be, I feel like they're not going to be ringing a bell or screaming out, you said yes to the dress typically. Like it's not a typical tradition, it sounds like.
Not really for mother-in-law.
No.
But what do you do? Because like OP being the bride, like mom-in-law paid for her wedding dress.
Oh, you're right.
So it's like, when someone pays for your dress and is asking you to take them on a day out, like what would you do? It's not the easiest thing to say no.
I feel like there's definitely a pressure to say yes to that. But I also think it's very unfair because it seems like that was a gift to the bride. And now it seems like this favor or condition is being added on after the fact.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe this is a little mean, but I would say, respectfully no to the mother-in-law because enough is enough. It's
like hold your ground.
Yeah, hold your ground on that. I would say, yeah, if you want that experience and the bride is willing, OP's willing, go to a closer shop. Because there's
I think like one of the main issues is that it's so far away that and with limited hours that OP would have to take off work. So it's inconvenient all around for everyone and and the fact that OP can't even take her own mom on this long trip, it just like in the midst of wedding planning, it kind of becomes a waste of time. It might be a little bit mean to say, but it's a little waste of time if you have to like drive and take off work. Like you have other events that you would need to take off work for,
Right.
And for dress shopping, you have a big selection online.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I do feel bad for mom-in-law because it seems like she's going through a lot. But at the same time, it is not the bride's or someone else's responsibility to compensate for her emotions, her feelings, especially when OP is dealing with bridal stuff, wedding stuff, other priorities, I'm sure. And to say kind of, it rubs me the wrong way that mother-in-law would go as far as to bring up, oh, no one cares about me, everyone's leaving me. It feels like an emotional guilt trip. I don't think it's appropriate. And I worry that if OP's going to say yes to this for mother-in-law, what else is mother-in-law going to be asking of her? And what else is going to be okay? Because I think this is all a part of establishing a healthy boundary. And you got to do it from the beginning or as early as possible.
Right. In the comments, I think someone brought up, wait, OP, did you request a specific color for mother-in-law to wear? And I think the comment was steering towards the direction of like, oh, if you're telling her what to wear, then you should at least compromise in how she wants to select her dress. And OP replies to that comment, I guess I should preface I am having one of those all black and white weddings where everyone will be in black and the bride and groom will be in white. She is the type of woman that likes wild and bright colors, so I did point her in the direction of black/dark gowns as everyone else will be in black. As I offered to be a part of the dress shopping process closer to town, but she said she enjoyed the experience I got at my bridal shop and that she would like to go there and to also enjoy that experience. So I think she wants what OP has experienced at the shop, is why she's so specific at this faraway shop.
I mean, part of me is seeing the point of, okay, so you're requiring a dress code, but the same way that your bridesmaids, it doesn't seem like the bridesmaids, or at least not included here, are requesting some sort of special experience, dress experience with the same dress code as OP, unless the bride is offering or willing to do it for all of her close members for the same dress code, or she's okay with it with the 3-hour drive, I would still say no, knowing that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it doesn't justify the amount of inconvenience, because the weight, I think, of the favor is way heavier than the ask of the attendance at the wedding.
Right. Good point. And then again, OP continues to clarify that she doesn't think asking the mother-in-law to wear a specific color is the issue. It's just that mother-in-law just wants to be at that shop. And then another comment again regarding the colors. Someone else comments, that the mother-in-law is showing up in white. When only the bride and groom are supposed to show up in white.
Well, see, I'm curious about this, right? Because if mother-in-law is so specific on the shop, not because of the style she saw there, but because of the service that she experienced, seeing the bride get her dress, that's a little bit alarming.
That's true.
Because what exactly is she expecting to happen?
I think she does want to say yes to the dress moment then. If mother-in-law is so stuck on like, oh, that's the experience you had and I like this, so I want that experience for myself. But it's not the same because it's not for the same reason.
Right. I don't know. If anything, I would still, if anything, this made me feel even stronger about it. Stand your ground, because this seems like dicey territory. Maybe offer something else. Like if there's a compromise, maybe offer local, like maybe talk to the husband. Maybe the husband has maybe hearing it from multiple people, the mother-in-law will change her mind, hopefully, to a compromise. Maybe local shop. Maybe that's still, we'll still have that special moment together. We'll take you to somewhere locally. Maybe we grab food afterwards. That's better than wasting the 3 hours.
Yeah, I was like, maybe like a lunch date or something would be nice to just like take mother-in-law out and like celebrate like with a lunch. And you could go to a local store and just like, make a day like that without having to drive to 3 hours.
Yeah. And I wonder too, is that 3 hours like full trip? Or if it's one way, that's exhausting.
I think it's one way. She says 3 hours away.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
No.
Some comments suggest that mother-in-law is manipulating by paying for things, dress included. It is her way of saying, but I paid for XYZ. I'm not asking for that much. I mean,
but you are asking for that much.
I think that just because you paid for something doesn't mean you have to have your way, especially when it comes to parent to daughter-in-law, right? Like, that's not something you should hold above someone else.
No, I agree. I feel like it gets tricky with family, where you offer to pay for something, where someone offers to pay for something, but then they ask for a favor after that initial offering.
Mm-hmm.
It almost becomes like a whole, I did this, so you should just do that, even if you're not comfortable. That's so...
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, especially when you're the parent, like you should just be a little more understanding because wedding planning is a stressful process.
Yeah.
Rather than asking for something like, I don't know, just be a little understanding of that the bride and groom, their PTO is precious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Reddit says, well, actually, what do you say? Do you think that OP is the a-hole?
Definitely not. No, not the a-hole by a long shot. The fact that she's even considering this as an option, like she's genuinely considering it enough to put it out there and really think long and hard about this, she's not the a-hole. I mean, I have some opinions about other people involved, but she's not the a-hole.
Yeah, we won't talk about the other people involved. All right, so Reddit says, not the a-hole. So, agreed.
Yay!
And while she's going through stuff, she can't cut your own mother out of this experience. Not if you want your mother involved, nor can she dictate where and when you go shopping. Don't let her guilt you into things. She's manipulating you with her "everyone has abandoned me" crap. It won't stop with the dress. It'll continue with the wedding, the venue, the guest list, the menu, the cake. Everything will be her way or, quote, "but it would make me so happy and I've been so sad because everyone has abandoned me." Your fiance needs to rein his mom in. Do not let her ruin your day by making it her day. Be kind, be firm.
I agree. Call that fiance in. He needs to be involved in this.
Yeah, actually, I don't think OP should be worrying about this. I think OP should just tell her fiance and then let her fiance deal with his mom. I mean, I can empathize with the mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it feels like she lost a lot recently and maybe she doesn't feel like she's getting the attention that she needs or wants or would normally have gotten. But this is not the time to be seeking that.
No.
Yeah, or like at least be down for compromise. Yeah. Somewhere closer, involve OP's mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think OP's not the a-hole. I think I can empathize with mother-in-law, but mother-in-law, you can wait till Mother's Day or something.
Right?
That's the perfect time to highlight yourself. And that's the story for today.
Oh, I like this one.
All right, so tell us what you guys would do if you had a loved one who is making a special request during your wedding planning adventures. Let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to us at Honey Hearts Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. Don't forget to like our episode 2 on Spotify.
And rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yes.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.